to be telling you guys what I believe are some of the most important skills and stuff like that, trees to max out as far as just skills in general, and also specializations for the Necromancer. So say you're a new Necromancer and you're just like, well, what do I do? And I know there's not a lot of guides out there, whatever, that kind of explain it for you guys. So I'm hoping that this will actually do you guys justice. Now feel free to comment down in the comment section below, and I will answer any questions that you have that I missed in this video. So first we're going to start off with your skills. So as you level up, you get skill points and stuff like that that you're able to put in things. And I know some of you guys are like, well, what do I do? And I see plenty of people going for signet skills first. Now, signet skills aren't bad, guys, but the only thing you would possibly want out of there is Signet of the Locust, and for the 25% faster movement speed, right? And this is really nice early on because this is probably your only source of getting, you know, any type of movement speed, right? So the first thing that you kind of want to do is actually put 2 points into Signet training, right? Once you get those 2 points in there, boom, you have your Signet of Locust for the time being, and you're going to completely ignore the rest of the tree because none of these signets mean anything. A little bit of extra power is not going to help you too much at low levels, right? So you're going to go straight to Minion Training. You know what time it is, boys. You already see the full house behind me. I got all the boys are here back at the party. All right, so you want to max out Minion Training. You want to get all your minions as soon as possible. Now obviously you don't need the worm or the, you know, the flesh golem quite yet, because you can't even use that until like level 30. At level 30 things kind of change or whatever, but your priority is Minion Training, and you can max out all of these. Make sure you max out all your skills, whatever. That should be done before 30. I kind of use some tomes and stuff so to skip that so I can get straight to my specialization and have my flesh golem. I just love him. I just love Necro in general. But yeah, I always love having him out. It just makes me feel really squishy inside, right? So another thing you're going to do is you're going to kit your whole bar out as soon as you can or whatever with your pets, as soon as possible. Right after you have the Minion Training max out, the next I recommend is to do Will Training, just to the second one. You just want Will of Suffering. Now you don't have to rush this, but this is just a good idea to have because the other pets that you can have besides the Will aren't really too good, and if you need extra AoE damage or whatever, which you're going to be doing AoE damage, I'm showing you guys right now that I run staff while leveling a Necromancer. I absolutely love it and I swear by it, and ever since they like kind of buffed the staff a little bit, it's just been absolutely great and a blast, right? So the staff offers all sorts of stuff: CC, slows, fear, damage, you know, poison, bleeding. It just offers a little bit of everything, right? It even has Condi Cleanse, and a lot of people don't know that, but the staff 4 removes 3 conditions. 3 conditions, bro. So just think about that. The number of targets 5. It's absolutely great. Absolutely great. So you have your pet. You see I have all this stuff, and this is kind of how you want to have it set up. You can put them in any, you know, order you want. Your Well of Suffering doesn't have to be on 7. I just specifically like that for my MMO mouse, right? And then once you get to 30, you're going to be able to go into specializations. Now the first specialization you want to max out is Blood Magic. Now I know a lot of people talk about blood magic and later on and stuff and how strong it could be or whatever. The reason why you want to max this out is because this is going to allow you to replace your Signet of the Locust, which is right, where is it, right here, with your Well of Suffering. So you're going to be able to add more damage, and I'm going to show you why right now. So here we have blood magic. The first skill in blood magic, lesser mark of blood, right? It basically inscribes a mark that bleeds foes when they trigger it and grants regeneration to allies. So it leaves a mark when you dodge. So you have to be in combat. Once you're in combat and you dodge, it's going to lay that mark out. Now this mark, not only the mark of blood is cool because it's your staff 1, it's your staff 2. So basically you get to actually stack these things, and this actually heals you as well. It's this little slight heal. It may not seem like much, but think about where I'm at. I'm level 9 right now. Or say even if you're lower or whatever, right? You're not going to be able to get this obviously because you have to be 30 to get the specialization. But think about it, you start off with the staff or whatever and you're level 9 or so, and it already heals for 135 health when you only have 1,200 health. So it's actually a significant amount of health. It's pretty dope. It may not seem like it, but trust me, it is. It works out, and it's almost spammable. It's about a 3-second cooldown, right? So the next thing you're getting is this. The cool thing about this skill is as long as you're above 75%, you're going to run at 25% increased movement speed, right? And on top of that, if you decide to have a dagger in your offhand, and I do recommend a dagger, you can go like I have here. I actually didn't mean to have this here, but I didn't have anywhere else to put it. See if I can go here and just, I don't need this, so I'm gonna unequip it, and I want a dagger. And my face, I have to unequip. Apparently this, I can get a dagger. Wait, I'm in wardrobe equipment. And the reason why I recommend daggers because it's just really high DPS. It's better than axe, to be honest with you. You're gonna have to get like a war horn or something for your offhand. That's what I recommend. But I do recommend a dagger because it's gonna allow you to burst mobs down, especially for single target, because you're not going to have a lot of good single target damage. Your minions are going to do really good single target damage, but you actually are not with staff. Like staff just shoots slowly, it's fine, it actually does some okay damage or whatever. The cool thing about staff and keeping it up to date, this is another thing I'll talk about in just a second, but as you can see, I hit them with staff, and now if there's multiple, my minions will just keep rushing them and stuff like that if I hit multiple mobs with the mark. So you pretty much, this is how you're gonna play. You're going to smash them with the staff skills. It doesn't matter what mark, just make sure to hit them. The faster you hit them, the faster you go in combat, the faster your pets actually go over there and wreck stuff, right? So then say in a situation where you have a bigger or a harder boss or something like that to fight, and you want to actually use your dagger, right? So I don't know if this person is gonna kill, but the dagger has a lot of DPS. It used to be the only way Necros could DPS as power, but now they buff Axe, so Axe is actually a viable option. The difference is Dagger cleaves 3 mobs, so that's the really cool thing. I don't know if that's something that you guys want to do or something you guys even care about, but it's kind of like really good. So you see me focus down this worm, I'm hitting it with Dagger, and you see my pets are hitting it too. A lot of DPS going out there, especially for a low level. So another thing is I don't really worry about armor too much. I pretty much pick up armor when I'm just in the world. So don't feel too obligated to upgrade your armor. You can if you want to spend the silver, and I know in a lot of other games it's not worth it to actually upgrade your armor. And some sorts are like, just use the marketplace. You basically suggest it to just like quest and get the items that you get are equipped as you quest. But in Guild Wars, the hearts and stuff doesn't really give you a lot of armor, so you really have no choice but to buy armor if you want to stay up to date. This is what I recommend. I recommend, instead of upgrading your armor every time you level, stay up to date on your weapon. Every 5 levels or every 10 levels or so, I would say every 10 levels is a little bit better. Go and upgrade your weapon, right? I'm not gonna upgrade this weapon until I'm level 55. I'll go grab a 55 or a 54 staff, right? So let me tell you more about this staff right here. This is just a staff. It costs like about 2 silver, right? But as you can see, I made sure that it was power and precision, because those are kind of like primary really good stats or whatever for lower levels. Even higher levels, it's good. It's just a good thing to go for, right? If you're going for some stats. Condition damage kind of sucks when you're low level, especially as a Necromancer. Base Necro is really hard to kind of do condition builds, but we won't get too much into that, right? But as you can see, I have Major Sigil of Bloodlust. What that does is it gives me +7 power each time I kill a mob, and that stacks up 25 times. So that's going to be an extra amount of damage that's just like permanent. That's on my character. That's just going to be there. I don't believe it goes away when I switch. It just only gains when I kill stuff with the staff. So I have to kill things with the staff. Now another thing is Sigil of Fire. And the reason for that is it does a flame blast in a radius of about 240, which I believe are the same radius as the marks. Well, not quite. The marks are 300, so it does it within kind of like the center of the mark. So it gets adds a lot more onto AoE situations. So say if a bunch of mobs are like stacked up or whatever, and you hit them with a mark, right? You have a lot higher chance for that fire blast to go off, and it just doesn't do damage to one mob. It just AoEs the whole group. So it's just a lot of AoE pressure, and then along with Well of Suffering. So those were my choices for that, and I'll kind of like show you some more stuff here. And don't be afraid to use your Shroud. They just buffed the regular Shroud for regular Necromancer, and it's awesome. So that's one of the greatest things about Necromancers. This is why you're so tanky. You can do whatever you want, because you pretty much have a second health bar with this life focus. And let me show you something else. Dagger is probably one of the best weapons or whatever for getting life force up. As you can see, every hit after the first one gives you life force, so you're getting 8 life force every combination, and I believe it's per mob hit as well. So it can get pretty crazy. As you can see right now, you can see it kind of going up, and I'll use the 2. I don't know if the 2, I think the 2 actually does as well. No, I think the 2 just does healing. Increase damage, increase while bleeding. So if I'm bleeding, the damage on this is increasing. Healing increase while bleeding as well. I don't think this doesn't give life force anymore, which is sad or whatever. But the auto attack definitely does, and I believe it's off of like the mob. So if you're auto attacking 3 mobs in a small thing with this dagger or whatever, it goes up fast. So you can see my Shroud is actually filling up pretty nice. So you can go right back into it and start fighting some more mobs, right? So you're probably asking me, well, where do I go now, Vox? What are you gonna do as your second specialization? Now, the second specialization that I'm going for is going to be Death Magic. Now, the reason for this is because once you get a little bit higher, say you're done with your main quest or something like that, or you're stuck in a main quest. Well, you're on a Necromancer, it's so hard to get stuck anywhere in the game because you're just so powerful. You're naturally just so powerful, especially if you're following this build right here. If you get all your 25 stacks of this, you're gonna have plenty of damage to do whatever the smell you want. But the next thing to do is to specialize in Death Magic. Now, the reason for Death Magic is because this is going to boost your pets. This is going to boost your toughness. You're just going to become a straight savage. Your pets are going to have more damage. Your pets are going to make it so you have more defense, right? And also your pet's health is going to increase crazy. Your pets are going to become tanky. You're going to become tanky. You're going to become completely immune to conditions. Like, conditions not going to mean anything to you. There's going to be people and bosses in the game where people get to, and the conditions are just going to overrun them, right? Look at this. Your passive life force generation from nearby death is increased by 20%. This is really cool because this is just like a radius type thing. Like, anything that dies next to you as a Necro gets fed into your life pool. Like, as you can see, that something just died just now. I don't even think I killed that and my life force went up. That's the cool thing about Necro. So if you're in a big event or something like that, take advantage of staying in your Death Shroud. Most times when you're in a massive event, your life force stays full. So the only thing that's stopping you from going in and out of your Shroud is pretty much you just hitting a button and going back in a cooldown. So that's really cool, and later on you can reduce the cooldown by even more, right? Minions deal more damage and take conditions from you. When a minion attacks, it transfers conditions to the target, so that's going to increase your damage by crazy. And it increases your pet's raw damage flat out by 25%, which is absolutely wonderful. There's just so many goodies in this. You can reduce condition damage taken by 20%, and also it gives you protection, which increases all incoming damage besides conditions, however, by 33%. You just become a complete beast. So get Death Magic. Death Magic is going to be a great secondary choice for specialization, right? And that's all for this video, guys. Later on, I will get in more. By the time you see me next time, I should be starting to talk about elite specializations. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The first elite specialization I'm gonna go for is obviously Reaper, because Reaper is always my main on Necro. It's my main specialization in the game, period. I love Reaper. I've been playing Reaper since it came out. I play Scourge as well, but I play Scourge very little compared to me playing Reaper. Like, I live on Reaper, okay? and I can't wait to see how my Zorian's going to look with a great sword and all that stuff. I just absolutely can't wait. Love you guys. Peace out. This is Cosmic Jelly Bean, aka your boy, and also I am your king.